okay, so yeast has to be proofed first.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 package of active dry yeast with
Not the rapid rice. The regular.
regular, okay.
And
a 1/4 cup of warm water.
Right.
Just warm, like 90 degrees.
100. You don't want to.
You don't want to cook
Yeast
these.
is alive, so you have to be careful with it.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna. This is our 11 teaspoons of butter and a 1/2 cup of sugar.
Now this makes how many?
This would be 4 dozen.
48. Okay.
Right. You can take the dough and cut it in half and bake 2 dozen first day and 2 dozen the next day. But after that, your yeast gets a little quirky.
It gets sour.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it stops growing.
Yes. And then the fun's over. So to our butter and sugar, no, those go in a little later. We're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt.
So you've obviously cut this down from a larger recipe.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we make slightly larger batches even now. And you're going to add a teaspoon of white vinegar.
Now, how come?
You need a little acid in there. You can do lemon juice. Lemon juice works really well. Actually.
But maybe that's the secret. Vinegar. I've been trying to get this recipe for so long. And I've tried every sticky bun recipe known to mankind.
Well, you could have stopped in and just said, could I get a lesson?
Well, no, I don't like to do that. I just like to wait, and then...
it's allowed.
And I don't think we ever asked your dad to be on a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla. Okay. So...
And then we're going to let that cream a little incorporate.
You want to sift the dry ingredients?
Well, this is a little later, but we have 1 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour.
Right.
And 1 cup of bread flour, and you mix those together.
So that's just the bread flour that you buy right at the supermarket?
Right,
okay.
same.
Like King Arthur or Hecker's?
Yeah, unbleached
gold medal.
is wonderful. And then sift those together.
Can I add the eggs now?
Yes, now the 2 yolks can go in.
2 yolks.
1 at a time.
I know.
If you would.
They're sticking together.
Sorry. Okay, 2 at a time if they're going to be that way.
Well, no, they're slow, so we're doing that. Okay.
Okay, and we're going to have to stop and scrape down.
I will. Okay.
You're going to wind up doing this a lot during the recipe. The butter and the eggs coat the side of the bowl, and you have to get them back down where the beater can really work on them as well.
Okay.
And then we're going to, as soon as the yeast is incorporated, we're going to get our flour in on top of it.
I'll use the one that was proofed a little while ago.
That's perfect.
Okay.
And let's
Does that have to go in slowly, or is that
No, that can be dumped right in. And your mix is going to get pretty soft at this point because you've added a lot of liquid to it.
Okay.
But that's not going to, that's normal. It won't hurt it. And then as soon as that is incorporated, the yeast goes very fast. Then you can pull that back, and we'll add...
So you don't change to a dough hook?
No, it violates all the rules of baking that people are familiar with, but no, I don't. Let me just slide this in.
Okay. Here, you want that up?
Yeah, if you can raise that up, that would be great.
All the dry ingredients.
And let that run. And it doesn't run very long. You just want to incorporate it. It starts to pull away from the edge, begins to form a bowl, and then you're going to pull that out.
A bowl.
And dump it onto a work surface and start to knead it.
Okay, and that's going to take about 5 minutes.
1 1/2 teaspoons of melted butter. You can brush it on, you can pour it on. I'm a hands-on type. I just like to get in there and spread it.
Oh, good. And then on top of that?
A little brown sugar. We take a cup of the same brown sugar mix and just sprinkle that nicely across the top.
Okay.
And then we're going to be generous, use it all.
Oh, I will. I'm just biding my time here, trying to get it evenly distributed.
Well, we're going to help that along because we're actually going to smooth it out as we go.
Okay. And then raisins.
Yeah, lots of raisins.
1 cup of raisins. So it's a cup of brown sugar, easy, and a cup of raisins. Oh, soaked in what?
Just soaked in water and drained. Let them plump up a little bit.
Not an orange juice or Cointreau or cognac.
Now there's a thought. Yeah. Little cognac soaked raisin at breakfast. Yeah. Okay, so.
I put cognac in my French toast.
Works for me.
Yeah.
For about 8 o'clock tomorrow morning?
Yeah. Delicious.
Okay, and while you get the raisins, I'll start on the cinnamon, and that's just,
Oh, really, my mouth is watering. These are delicious. Okay. Now, this would make a nice little Christmas gift, too. A dozen or 2 dozen of these taken to one of your best friends' homes. I love that. And cinnamon, a lot of cinnamon.
Yes, I happen to love cinnamon.
Oh.
So if you don't, use less.
Are you leaving this inch on purpose?
No, I just missed.
Oh. Now, you never know. Seth is very precise, aren't you?
Well,
yes. You are.
There's a certain by eye element to baking. Let's swap
Well,
spots and I get the
forming.
last. And then these get pressed in with a rolling pin. You have
Oh,
to.
love this. This is so much
Okay.
fun. And so you bake
So-
this in a preheated oven.
Well, for you, proof it first. You have
Okay.
to go
Oh,
into a
proof it.
100-degree oven with a pan of boiling water underneath. Let it sit there for about a half an hour
Okay.
until they really rise up nice and beautifully.
Okay.
Take them out. Heat your oven up to 375.
Wait, we have a.
Oh, they smell good. They smell good.
Oh,
And right up
they
there with the
were
vodka
very
shower.
beautiful. They're burned. This program, something's wrong today. I think we have something bad going on.
Should we get
here.
them out anyway? That might
No,
just be the sugar.
no,
No.
no. They're
Well-
definitely overdone. This is what they look like.
So I
And
brought a
sticky
few.
buns for everyone in the audience, okay?